The Drake and Kendrick Lamar saga just took a crazy turn. If you guys didn't know, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, back and forth. Kendrick won the battle. Drake is now suing the label that they're both signed to, claiming that they use payola and all kinds of sketch ways to boost the Not Like Us diss track. He's saying that this is because he was in negotiation and he filed paperwork to get more information on if this is true, and so therefore potentially file a full-on lawsuit. This is a petition to get information to potentially file a lawsuit. This is crazy stuff because, one, no one's ever sued over a rap beef that I know of. What's crazy, though, is that now that UMG, Universal Music Group, doesn't care for Drake and he's suing them, he's biting the hand that fed him for this long, which, by the way, all the stuff he's accusing Kendrick of, he himself probably did to Kendrick with these crazy allegations. Oh. And also, the bots, the payola, the radio records, getting a record to pop, if all that stuff is true, he's definitely benefited from it. Yeah. He's definitely benefited from the machine making him one of the biggest artists in the world. Okay, it's not all organic. I know some of you guys think that like you just like the music you like in the mainstream because you like it and you have good taste. It's not like that. A lot of this stuff are psyops. Damn. Okay, a #1 record is a psyop.
Drake is a psyop.
Whether it's Drake, whether it's Kendrick, whether it's whoever, it's a psyop. There's levers that are being pulled to make those records popular, and Drake is now trying to expose this, but he didn't factor in that you can't bite the hand that feeds you. You can't be in the cabal and then turn your back on the cabal and try to expose the cabal.
That's crazy.
So what's happening? Well, there was a situation of a talented rapper that was beefing with Drake over the stealing of a flow, and after that stealing of a flow, all of a sudden there were people that were affiliated to Drake's quote unquote allegedly who all of a sudden had issues with this dude and who were actually in the state with this dude when he was tragically down. And the person in question that we're talking about is XXXtentacion. Now, XXXtentacion has all kinds of crazy stuff about him and wild stuff. And he was tragically in 2019. And before he was killed, he actually posted some Drake memes about his mom and about Drake, and then took him down and then said, if anyone comes after me, it's because of Drake. Now, I'm not saying there's any validity to this story, but this did come out in court that Drake was going to get brought in to get questioned on this.
Yeah.
That got shut down. It didn't happen. Now, there's documentation that when Drake was in good terms with Universal Music Group, YouTubers were told not to run the story. Now that Drake's not in good terms with Universal Music Group, the story of Drake's alleged involvement with XXXtentacion's death is resurfacing. Darkness. So there's a YouTuber I watch called KB Goes Live. Okay, and he says that he is one of the people that Universal Music Group reached out to and said, shut this down. We just don't like this story.
For context, this theory that Drake may have somehow been involved in XXXtentacion's murder isn't a new theory. In fact, I made a video about this years ago, right? And I put it up on YouTube, and UMG actually requested a takedown of that video. Not because I used any copyrighted music or anything like that, just because they didn't like that topic being out there. Now, if I'm not mistaken, a copy of that video that I made does still exist. It exists over on Rumble. And you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll link to this in the description if you guys want to go watch the video. It was a 28-minute breakdown about all of the evidence that seemingly points to Drake being involved.
He really put in the work on that little documentary.
Did a whole documentary. UMG had him take the video down, not because of copyright.
You think they paid him to take it down?
I don't know. I don't know if they threatened him.
Or he was kind of like, I don't want to deal with.
Yeah. I mean, it's UMG. This is huge, right?
Well, I did that video a couple years ago, breaking it all down, but nothing ever came of it because when it was brought up in court, it was pretty much squashed on site. The judge really didn't want to hear none of it. They continued with trial, and like I said, the 3 people that were on trial for this were eventually convicted, sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and that was the end of it, at least until this week, the week that Drake is taking shots at his label. Now, one of the guys that was convicted, his name was Dedrick Williams, and Dedrick and his attorney Mauricio Padilla just filed a petition for an appeal, and in that petition they point to Drake's alleged feud with the victim as proof that he could have been an alternate suspect.
Whoa! Drake! Additional suspect in this thing. They're using this as an appeal.
Wow.
The flood that you're not being protected anymore. That's crazy. This is on par.
Let the dogs out.
This is on par to Diddy Tupac.
What happened there?
Diddy didn't like how Tupac was going at him, disrespecting him, violating him and Biggie, and was connected with some Southside Crips. And it is alleged, and the dude is on trial till this day, and he's still telling the same story, that Diddy offered him $1 million to take out Tupac.
So you think Drake did?
I don't know, but this is a different level.
Or did he?
Now, what's the evidence for this? Go to the Poetic Flacco video.
Boom.
It's another tab. So this is some of the evidence. Shout out to Poetic Flacco.
Wow.
He does a great rundown of this. Okay, and we're gonna look at some of this. So this is someone that's close to Drake, 600 Breezy, pulling up to look for this dude's from Chicago. He's pulling up to Florida to look for XXXtentacion.
After X diss Drake.
Yes.
Cop. Hey yo, I'm looking for XXXtentacion. Y'all seen the nigga? No? Nobody seen him? Mr. Peacocks? Ain't this his hood? Where he at? No? Nobody seen him? No? Yo! Hey, Peacock Fule! Hey, have you seen the...
So he's going around
Making memes.
making memes, putting stuff online, okay, and asking for XXXtentacion. Now, again, this is someone affiliated with Drake.
And this guy's like a real gang member.
This is someone from Chicago. These aren't guys that like well-traveled and go to Florida to hang out. You know what I mean? And so...
like he got distracted by the peacocks because he doesn't see anything really cool.
yeah, so shout out to Poetic Flacco. So this is when that happened. But check out all these Drake lyrics.
Yo, that's correct.
These are Drake lyrics right after this happened.
Yo, this is crazy.
Shot in daylight, shot in daylight, shot in daylight. Shot him, yeah, shot him. What? Shot in daylight, shot him in broad daylight.
This is like the Key and Peele sketch. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Where they have the agent and investigating the Eazy-E type character.
Oh, yeah,
And he's
yeah.
sitting there and he's like, I shot him in daylight at 12 o'clock. And he's like, come on, man. He's like, I didn't do it.
Check out this
Okay.
lyric. I wasn't there when they caught the body. TBS think that I bought the body. Internet swear that I bought the body. Take more than that to go pop somebody. Them N-words talk about everybody. So low-key, I'm happy they got somebody. N-word what? Talking out of both sides of his mouth.
That's crazy.
This is all after this dude gets whacked. All of a sudden, Drake got all these songs and he's a shooter. He's catching bodies. He's paying for bodies, but you can't pay for this body. He's talking out of both sides of his mouth.
Why would you be so incriminating in your music?
Because he's a dummy.
You think they're just dummies? Like he's excited
There's
to have
another
some
one.
gun bars?
Here's another one. Maybe I should do a 20. Maybe
Yep.
I should break that 20, do a 10. Maybe I should break that 10, do a 5. Then if it gets live, do 5 again. If he held his tongue on that live, he'd be alive again. XXXtentacion, that's the name.
So maybe I should do a 20. I think that's XX. Maybe I should break that 20, do a 10. That's a third X. That's XXX. Maybe I should break that, do a 10. Maybe I should break that 10, do a 5. I don't know what that's in reference to.
Yeah. Then if it gets live, do a 5 again. If he held his tongue on that live, he'd be alive again. This man is on a...
I saw an explanation for this a long time ago, and the 5s has something to do with it too.
Yeah.
And I forget what it is.
This man's on a sick one.
But pretty much the whole thing was like straight on the nose.
This man's on a sick one, bro.
Yeah. That's insane.
This man's on a sick one.
Bro, that's insane.
Right? Sick of these N-words, sick of these N-words. Hire some help. Get rid of these N-words. Sick of that ish. Move to the Ritz. Turned out to BATCH. GLE. Cause that Lambo moving fast. S-class, G-class, lot of class. In a rocket, and that BITCH ain't got no tags. Louis bags in exchange for body bags.
Because they took his Louis bag with 50K in it, right? Yo.
This man's on a sick one, bro.
And was he in like in a G-class BMW or something like that? I forget.
I think he was in a BMW. Yeah, I think he was in one of those BMWs. Here's another one. This man is on a sick one. This man Drake is on a sick one.
SMS XXX. That's the only time I ever below the neck.
He was clipped below the neck. He tried to fight for it, and it was right below the neck.
Oh my goodness. Why you keep on shooting if you know that N word dead? That's the only kind of ish that gets you some respect.
This man's on a sick one. Say he had nothing to do with this.
Straight murder.
These lyrics are
Demonic.
Are demonic. They're awful. And so, hey, I got just scales. So he testified that his research revealed photo of Grams throwing up the same gang signs, right? And so this has been exhaustively researched. Importantly, social media posts showed those same known Graham associates were seen in Offrey's neighborhood threatening him just prior. So these are the same folks that are connected to him. I believe 600 Breezy and Top 5, who Drake just paid his lawyer fees to beat a murder case in Toronto. So this is some real dark stuff. I say all that to say all of these things could be true at the same time. Yeah. Drake is a pansy for saying all this wild stuff about Kendrick. Then when he loses the battle, all of a sudden he's a victim. Then he goes after the label, who's used bots and all kinds of stuff to probably run a both of their streams, stuff that he was guilty of.
Mm-hmm.
And then as he's going to do this, to sue this label for, cheating, basically, that's what he's alleging.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, no more protection for you, bud.
We'll let your lyrics breathe.
We'll let them lyrics breathe.
Yo,
and we're not running any more interception.
That's crazy. It's all the layers of conspiracy you're talking about.
Yeah. And so this has all the elements. This is the cabal. This is somebody that was a part of the cabal turning on the cabal. And the cabal's like, yeah, we're not going to let you go.
This is the Illuminati. I mean, this is the Illuminati.
If this ain't it, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. Yeah. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. So,
wow.
Yeah, Drake's on a sick one. Now, listen, again, it's possible Drake had nothing to do with the XXX. It's very possible.
So do you think
issue is him capitalizing on it and trying to make himself sound like a tough guy. Even if he didn't have anything to do with it, it's just disgusting. It's gross.
If he didn't have something to do with it, the steel man or like the popular position would be that he saw all the rumors that he did it and he thought
he leaned into it. He was trolling.
He would lean into it, troll, kind of.
It's like a Zach Sparazzo thumbnail.
Get a little hardcore. Nice. Lean into it, troll a little bit.
Yeah. So pretty crazy stuff.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Got a Bible verse for that?
I ain't got a Bible verse for that one. What's done in the dark will come to the light.
Hello.
That's the Bible verse. What's done in the dark will come to the light. Hey, thank you so much for checking out the video. Please be sure to comment below and subscribe and all that good stuff. And check out this other video that YouTube seems to be recommending just for you. Let me know if they nailed it. All right? I'll see you over there. Peace.